Hello, this is Matthew Paik. Welcome to my Lab4 project. As you can see, I have all the necessary components. I have my main camera, I have my directional light, my apple tree, and my scoring system. So I'm just going to play the scene for you now and show you what it does. So as you can see, I have a basket, right? The basket is moving with my mouse. Apples are falling from the tree. Every time I get an apple, my score is going up by 100, right? So everything working good, right? And if I change the difficulty here, as you can see, the apple is suddenly, apple trees are moving, the apple tree is moving faster, the apples are falling faster, and the apple's tree is moving more randomly, right? And obviously everything's working, right? If I miss an apple, right, it's decreasing my basket, right? And then I have one more difficulty, right? If I click this one more time, this is hardest difficulty. As you can see, it's very hard. Might be hard to beat my score. If not, I'm just gonna move on. Trying to do very good. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I tried, but I guarantee you that my high score was working. It's just a little bit too hard for me to try to reach right now under pressure. But how I did this, so basically I created a button on the canvas here, right? And you can see that's right here. It's called difficulty set. And what I did was, as you can look from my code, basically I created an on-click event for that button. And that's right here. It's called set difficulty. And how this works is I created a integer variable called difficulty control. And for each of the variables I wanted to change, I created an array of values, right? So it's like level 1, 2, and 3, index 0, 1, and 2, right? So this is pretty straightforward, right? If so difficulty control is 0, right? So it's looking at the first index, right? And if difficulty control, or if the button is clicked, then it increments difficulty control by 1, right? So right, I clicked the button once, and now it's looking at this value, this value, this value, right? And if I do it again, right, it'll increment again, right? But then if I'm looking at my third value, right? So if difficulty control is 2, right, because it's looking at index 2, right, then I make it so it goes back to 0 on the next click, right? Because otherwise it would create errors because index 3 has not been defined and so on. So that's why I did that. So I'm gonna go over each of my scripts, right? So this is the apple script, and this makes the apples fall, right? So it falls 20 meters, and here if it hits the bottom here, the apple is destroyed, right? It's a kill box. Here is my apple picker. So this controls so it makes it so that every time I collide the apple with the basket, well, actually, no, I mean, this loop creates the basket sections, right? So it creates, as you can see, there's 3 number of baskets, so it creates the 3 rectangles here. And, right, so, and apple destroyed, right? So when the apple tag, right, when the apple is destroyed, it will get rid of one of the sections, right? And obviously when there's no sections, then game over, right? So here's my apple tree script. So as you can see, so speed controls movement of tree, left and right edge controls how far back and forth the tree can go, and chance to change directions increases the random movement of the tree, and seconds between apple drops increases or decreases the amount of time between apples, right? I already went over the difficulty. So right here, this is where it drops apple every second between apple drops, and drop apple function, right? So this creates the apple to be dropped, and yeah, so this controls the movement of the tree, right? So this makes the tree go from one end of the screen to the other at the speed that is at a factor that's speed times time. and this makes it so that the tree will change direction, right? So if it hits the left or right edge, it will change from positive to negative, and therefore change direction. And this makes it so if a randomly generated value is less than our chance to change directions, right, it'll change direction. So this just creates randomness in the tree, right? So it's not really like a pattern, it makes the game harder. Alright, so basket script. So this is where we have the high score, right? So this this creates the score text here, and sets it so on start, right? You know, score is 0. This sets it so your mouse controls the basket, right? And then right here on collision enter, right? So if you collide with an apple, right, it increases score by 100, right? And this one, if your score is greater than high score, it makes your high score or your current score the high score. And this is the variable for, this is the script for a high score. And so this is how the high score is saved, right? It's saved as a key, and it saves it to the computer. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.